Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's an all-you-can-geek Gamecast. I'm one of the hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod. You were muted. I didn't even hear you. And Tony Korkanakis.
Yo. I was muted.
Yeah, you were.
Hello. I'm here.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers, to our Gamecast. We just finished the movie cast. Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern, we start these things. Be sure to join us if you can. We'd love to chat with you. If you can't, and you're watching this on YouTube, we'd love to hear from you over there, and subscribe, because that helps us out quite a bit. Even when you comment or leave us a like, it helps us out. All right, folks. Gamecast. We had so much last week with coverages of events. We have a lot this week to cover with Microsoft, which we'll get into shortly. So stay tuned for that. But first, we get to talk about what we've been up to, and it's been a little bit. So I will say that I have also now finished James Bond on the PS5, and it is First Light. It is right now, and it's fresh. So I don't want to say that this is my definitive. It is my favorite game this year so far. Resident Evil, though, could still come back and beat it, because I still really like that game a ton. Yeah.
Somehow come back.
Yeah, well, because it's fresh, you know what I mean? So I'm happy that I got to play this now, because Resident Evil was before, so you got to give it some time to age and see how it look, sits there, and because Resident Evil was so good. But this game, just the quips, the James Bond, like it is a James Bond movie that you're playing, and they nailed it the way that you can, like, it just feels like a classic James Bond movie. And you're playing it, and it's about 15 hours.
What is a classic movie?
Like,
Brosnan?
Not a Craig movie.
It does have a little bit of mix of action, but it does have it's got more Connery with it than anything. I feel like there's a lot more Connery with this, with the quips with Q. But I guess Pierce Brosnan did have a bunch of quips with Q in his style too. But so did Connery. But I felt old school style with it. I just felt the old Dr. No kind of movies and stuff like that. I just felt like that. I don't know. I was just smiling a lot during the game. Like, the only thing I could say is they didn't use the theme enough. Like, I was like, every time that theme rolled, I'm like, that's it. That hit.
That's why they did it that way. They didn't want to
I know, but I just felt like I was like, oh, it needs that right now. But yeah, I mean, Mike, we've had our own conversations outside of this podcast. We saw each other, and you had an issue with the gunplay, the way you didn't really attach yourself to some of the guns.
Right. I'm just what I'm used to with a James Bond game. You want to get that golden gun, the rocket launcher. You want to feel like you got something worthwhile when you find a gun. In this game, the guns are very disposable.
Absolutely. So. Even your silence, you get a silence pistol, and then you're swapping that out later because you're out of ammo for it anyways. You're like, I threw it at a guy, and then I went and grabbed something else. I do love the combat, though, the way they did it. I mean, it's funny because I used to, like, this game is, and I agree with you, Mike, on this aspect, because you've said this, and if you haven't heard this, folks, Mike compares this to more Uncharted than Hitman, and I think it is. It's got a little Hitman in it, but it is mostly Uncharted, except that they've nailed the combat better than Uncharted has ever done, in my opinion. Like, I feel like the hand-to-hand Uncharted combat was such a pain in the ass. I remember how much I hated that shit. Even, like, sticking out in my head, the fire sequence in some house with Nathan Drake I'm like, I don't need to punch him. I have a gun. You have to punch him. And I'm like, this game gives you full freedom of how you want to take on things. You could go stealth. You could go mixed. You could go full on guns ablaze. You can go hand to hand. I mean, I love the fact that you don't have to, it doesn't lock you into a play style. And I think that's so good.
They solved that problem too from Uncharted, where like you're getting shot while doing like fighting animations, but they don't, because they don't shoot. But then they'll yell, "Get out of my line of sight!"
Yes.
Like while you're fighting.
It was one of my little hacks. Like, if I was getting shot and I was dead, I made sure I grappled with somebody to get some health back, because as you sit, you get your health back a little bit. So I used that a few times to not die. I would do a grapple, but no, the story itself. It just felt such a good James Bond story. Like, yeah, I think,
sure.
And I talk about this in the podcast, how much I love story-based stuff. It's just like, yeah, I like gameplay, but I love experiencing a great story. And that's why I love my RPGs. And this felt like it just delivered. And so I really enjoyed it. So, yeah. I also then picked up Mina, the Hollower.
Nice.
Yeah. So I started that. I'm really in the beginning. I just met is it Mayor? He told me about the electrician. I got to go get the generators or whatever back online. That's where I just got to. So I just basically
like 10 minutes.
No, that took you 10 minutes
to get to the town.
No, not to. Well, yeah, not to do the whole sequence through the town. I mean, I'm leaving, but
20 minutes.
It took me like an hour.
Did you die a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I actually turned the lower health thing down. I just
that's fine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play it.
You mean the higher health or the
the higher less damage,
Yeah,
not higher health, just
no,
less damage.
Fair. That's fair.
You know what got me was I'm using the D-pad and I'm like, there's a lot of directional jumping through the like you have to dive underground and then directional jump away from like fire and stuff, and I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. So I sat there for a little bit trying to figure out what they wanted me to do. So that also was but it's an old 8-bit game. For those who don't know, it's 8-bit style.
It's definitely more of a show don't tell kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I knew people that got stuck just trying to get under the guard to get into.
Yeah. Well, that's what's taking me a little bit. I'm like, how do they want me to get through this? And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. This is how you do this. Okay. It is
definitely you need to observe and see the difference. Like, oh, look, that tree has a like crumbly, cracks in it. I should attack that.
Yeah. Like
not.
I'm serious. The fire, just like was it the second area? There's a fire, like you have to jump through the pit, but then diagonally jump away from the fire. It took me like forever to figure out that I could diagonally jump out of the ground. So, yeah, but
but you could diagonally jump in Link's Awakening.
Yeah, I know, but I was like, this is not 16. This is 8-bit.
Link's Awakening was 8-bit.
Oh,
it's a Game Boy.
Oh, it's Game Boy game. Yeah, that's true. You're right. I didn't even think about Link's Awakening. I was thinking about Link to the Past you were just talking about, but yeah, I was like, that's 16. But yeah, I don't know. I really like.
No, I get it.
It's perfect game for me to have on my Switch, so that's awesome. I can just carry it with me. It's been a busy week though, so I haven't gotten back to it since I played it Sunday afternoon. So I finally picked it up Sunday afternoon. So it's good. Just played the intro. I'll be getting into that for this week. I figured I can get through that and then get to Star Fox, because that's coming out next week.
What weapon did you go with?
The chain thing.
The whip?
The whip, thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
The whip. I was like, I had to go classic Castlevania style with it, so that's what I did.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good so far. That's it for me though. Tony?
Yeah, so let's see. In the 2 weeks, I wound up beating that.
Okay.
Which again, I really liked it. Man, it's up there. There's a lot of good games this year.
I know, that's why I wanted to play it. I wanted to play it for that. Yeah.
Hard to assess. It's one of those things where I don't know how I feel about the Dark Souls type influence on it, in that like the beginning is the hardest part of that game. And just like it is with most Dark Souls games, because like you have the least options, you have the least equipment.
Yeah.
Spells, that stuff. Like as soon as you start getting the upgrades in this game, like you become a monster. Some enemies still might like be able to match your like damage rate and stuff like that, but at a certain point, it's just kind of like towards the second half of the game, I was just face tanking stuff. I'm like, I'm not even dodging you, dude. I can kill you before you can kill me. And it's just like I'm dealing with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's like a couple tricky bosses, and the last boss, I don't know, but I just kind of went in with it. I was like, oh, I'll probably be stuck in this a while. And I one-shot. I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Like, usually the last boss is really...
wasn't a fake out or anything?
No, that's why I kept thinking. I was like, oh, there's got to be another phase. There's got to be another phase. There's got to be another... And I was like, oh, cool? Question mark? Which is kind of weird because there were earlier bosses that gave me way more difficulty. And I'm just like, okay. Like, there's one optional one that I was like, okay, I understand why I died, like, 15 times on this one, but last boss, whatever. But yeah, I really liked it. Interested to see how you feel about that, Jim, as you go on. Definitely has some of that Breath of the Wild or Link Between Worlds, where it's like there's a recommendation, like, hey, this is the easier path to go, but you could technically go anywhere.
So the problem I have is like I see the platforms and I'm like, I want to go there. Yeah, it's been happening a lot in the beginning. So I went everywhere that I could in the beginning. Even those platforms that you didn't really have, you loop back around. So I was like, okay, I'm clearly going in a circle here, but I'm like, I want to see what's up here. So it has happened already. But yeah, that's it. It's a nice little game, and it's $20. I was like, this is
and
it's great.
It's not too long. Like I think I was rolling like 20 hours. I didn't do everything, but I did. I would say a
good amount of it,
70% or so, 75%. A lot of secrets, like you can really get into a lot of it, but pretty solid. deal, especially for $20,
Yeah.
$1 per hour. Pretty good. Other than that, let's see. I played the Star Fox demo, even though I know I'm getting that game just to see how it was, and that is so sublime. Like going back to the N64 PS1 era is really difficult for me without like the use of emulation and like tuning the emulator to run it better than the system could, because just like frame rates and whatnot is just not. I'm used to good frame rates, so like going back to the 20 FPS is just not it. So playing Star Fox again in like 60 FPS, modern controller, modern controls, it just feels right.
Yeah.
And the voice acting stuff has grown on me. Like even in the demo, which is like the tutorial stage and like one rank, I think it's stage 3 or something like that.
Okay.
Was really impressive with the voice acting and the camera angles and stuff they do. I was like, that's kind of cool. They didn't need to do that, but I guess I want to go for a more cinematic feel with this one. So
yeah, they're definitely trying that. You can see that, but yeah. So
yeah,
cool.
And then the last thing I did was I played a fucking gotcha because Wuthering Waves did a collaboration with Cyberpunk Edge Runners, where they brought 2 of the characters from that universe into the game, and I'm just like, well, I got it, right? I got it. Because, I mean, it's free to start, blah, blah, blah. And it's been like 2 weeks. I put like 20 hours into it, which I did not plan on. Yeah, because, I mean, the thing is, like, the story I don't really... Like, the main story is, like, you got to play a couple hours before you can unlock the Cyberpunk stuff. So I'm, like, going through it. I'm like, whatever. And it's a pretty solid action game, like... regular attack, heavy attack, dodge, special, super.
Yeah,
that
it's
kind
an
of
action
stuff.
RPG.
Yeah, action RPG kind of thing. And this is a clone of Genshin Impact, which is kind of a derivative clone of Breath of the Wild. So like kind of the same thing. You can like cling, grab, climb onto most walls and surfaces. You have a glider. There's puzzles all over in the world, but instead of finding Koroks, it's just treasure chests and whatnot. So it's definitely in that same vein. But I finished up the Cyberpunk stuff, which was probably about 3 hours of content, and that was awesome. Like, holy shit, they did such a good job, both in respecting the game material, but also Edge Runners. So when you use either of these characters, you get one for free, Rebecca, completely for free, and you get Lucy through the gotcha pulling system, which took me fucking 100-something pulls, like 110,
Oof.
which is
So
a
you got
lot.
her.
I got her. I finally got her. I was really happy with that. But it's so fun because, like, when you use their supers, you're actually hacking from, like, the Cyberpunk game menu. Like it has like the sound effects, it has the UI and everything like that. I was like, yo, that's really cool. Like it really feels authentic. And you're just like setting people up. Lucy, because she's an edge runner, she can hack things. You can set off like the chip skill sets from the game, like to burn enemies, confuse them, blind them, immobilize them. I was like, yo, that's really cool. Like they didn't need to go that deep, but they did. So that's been really fun. I don't know how much more I'll play that, but if they do collab to that level with that much respect and pedigree, I might keep it installed. I don't know. We'll see.
Cool.
Nice.
All right, Mike.
I don't remember if obviously I had finished First Light.
You did mention that you finished and rolled credits on it, and you moved on.
Right.
You went back to Crimson Desert.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on some of those taxim updates for First Light. It needs that. That's the basically the challenge mode of that game. I did do all those though, and then one thing I've been playing more Crimson Desert. You could play that infinitely. And then I did check out Cyclops and Rivals. I went back in.
Okay.
Your boy.
He's okay. He's good. And I like his how he plays. Like, because his character, obviously people are upset he's a DPS, but his sort of gimmick is he can like either propel himself or enemies with his optic blasts, or he can bounce them around corners or between enemies. So that it feels right for him. I don't really love his default skin, but I guess this is kind of intended maybe. But people hate him. They say he's oppressive and really good, but we'll see how it goes when people get more used to him. I'm not generally a poke DPS. I tried him out, held my own, but wasn't really good. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to play him too much going forward unless I really start like training on him. But we'll see. But I'm glad he's in the game, and we got a fair amount of X-Men now in that game. I don't know if I'm gonna play it every day again. We'll see. I held off on buying the new season pass. We'll say that for now. But I don't know.
Yeah, I did play it too. He's pretty cool. I'm not really a fan of hit scan characters too much, but he just seems way too powerful. Like I tried him in like 3 matches, and one like there's obviously one on the enemy team. And I think this guy already had like the Lord icon or whatever within like the first week. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, dude! Like, get a job, right? Like, go touch some grass. And he absolutely destroyed me. But like, when he wasn't destroying me, I was destroying the other enemy people. So it was fun. He's got some interesting like mechanics where even if you like miss, it can like ricochet off walls and stuff and still hit people like around corners. So like, it kind of changes your perception of how you can play. It's like, oh, I'm safe behind the corner, right? It's like, nah, like you're not, right? But yeah, the battle pass I didn't care for it. I was like, meh, I'm not putting money into this right now.
Yeah, it took until like very deep in it to get like anything that looked interesting to me too. Like you had to get to the end. But,
All right, cool. Corey.
Let's see, a couple weeks. I played more Borderlands. Obviously, I did play a little Destiny. I had to jump on June 9th, obviously.
Yep.
And I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, what is happening right now? I missed too many expansions.
That's what happens, man. You can't come home again.
I was lost.
Can't go home
but
again.
like things were just popping up like crazy. I'm like, ding, 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 ding. Then like, oh, check your mailbox. I was like, what's going on here?
Even Rivals was like that a little bit. Not as bad, I'm sure. But it's like, oh, you've been gone a while. Here's what you missed. Like,
you missed the meta. So it's like, I remember that with World of Warcraft. I left, like, I was really well in control with my Warlock, and then when I came back, I was like, this game is all different. What do I do?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we're like talking about news, but like when that on June 9th, that game hit just on Steam 167,000 players.
Wasn't like Marathon down to 8,000 at that point or something like that? It was like
they were down to 5 at one point.
5? Okay.
Yeah, like their all-time high is 88, so they basically doubled their all-time high.
Yeah.
I don't know how they ever get that number.
They just got to merge them into one game now. That's their only option.
But it's still really cool. Like there's so much story and lore to that game also, which you miss. And I think like that just makes it much more hard to get back into it. So like I said, I just tested it out. I was like, oh, this is cool. But had to jump in for that June 9th update. I did play a new game. My buddies that I play board games with over here all love to like just play random like 4-player co-op games and stuff. And so he's like, oh, try this one, $10. It's 33 Immortals. It's a roguelite 33-player co-op thing. It's very much like a Hades style, like isometric view. You have different weapons and upgrades and stuff. And it's pretty interesting, I would say. I think the more interesting ones that he comes up with, because he's going with really janky games to come up and play it. And so
call him Friend Slop, Corey. You can call him Friend Slop.
So it's cool. I did actually enjoy it, and usually I don't necessarily play these games without the that group that plays them, but I actually played a couple times on my own. So
cool.
I thought it was kind of cool. The weapons are interesting. The bow is probably my favorite. Like you shoot it, you have like 6 shots with the bow, but then you recall them and they do damage on the way back, that kind of thing. Cool. And then so you're trying to like figure that out, optimize your damage. Plus you get upgrades throughout the run, which you can like when you shoot your bow, it'll also shoot out missiles, or when you dash, you'll shoot out missiles and that kind of stuff. So yep,
cool. All right.
So, yeah, it's neat. It's interesting because you have like 20 to 30 players fighting the boss at the end, which is kind of epic. So
yeah. Cool. All right, guys. So we have a big bit of news with Microsoft, but I wanted to mention real quick FromSoftware president Hidetaka Miyazaki. I almost butchered that. I'm so sorry, sir. Has made it clear that the studio will continue focusing on creativity instead of making safe sequels just to satisfy investors. He believes that giving developers the freedom to create what they are passionate about is key to making I cut the quote off. Is key to making games truly valuable. So Miyazaki wants he wants future entries in the series like Elden Ring or Bloodborne to happen because the team has strong ideas for them. So the Bloodborne thing is more of a Sony no, right? That was that.
No, it was them.
Oh, it was them.
They,
So hey,
they were the ones that no.
maybe. But I just their games like Elden Ring has been such a good game. I'm sure this Elden Ring 2 is in production. There's no doubt in my mind. But the
Should have said that about Bloodborne.
well, yeah, it's true.
No. I mean, look,
Not to
Bloodborne
the
is
extent,
perfect. Don't get me wrong, but like Elden Ring came out and sold like
Yeah,
25
made them a
million
fortune.
copies. Or
Well, I
something
mean, it was
like that.
cross-platform and
Yeah,
everything.
made them a fortune.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's
Bloodborne.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it
It
sold
is,
so much.
yeah.
Is like everybody was able to buy it. So
yeah,
like,
exactly.
good.
You think right? It's in their best interest. Like, why would they do it if they're like, hey, we can only release Bloodborne 2 on PlayStation 5?
Yeah.
Look how that worked out for Final Fantasy 7. You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they're
So-
multi-plat.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting to hear that they're still working on stuff like that, and it gives you a chance. I would like it just a remaster so I can play that game. Not that I can't play it, I just would like a remaster to play it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm at that point.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
So we'll
I mean,
see.
you go back and play Sekiro.
I could. I only started.
Now you're an Elden Lord.
I started that game and I stopped playing it.
I know you started
Yeah,
it,
so-
and you quit,
Yes, I did.
which
quit.
is very unlike an Elden Lord. So you know.
Well, he wasn't an Elden Lord at that
I know.
time.
That's what I'm saying. You've leveled up. You can go back.
I could. Yeah. True. We'll see. But anyways, the big news this week. Microsoft's all over the news. In the new report, CEO Asha Sharma is speeding up development on the new Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and Halo games as Microsoft considers restructuring or spinning off its gaming branch. That was the first report. So obviously dialing into your big IPs makes sense. What that means about speeding up, like why are you not trying to get these games out anyways? But I think what they're looking at is other versions of these games, not like a mainline Halo game, but like something that somebody else makes for them with Halo tagged. That's what I'm thinking about, like actually using the IP, like you know, like a Blue Point or something, like somebody makes something else for them based on their IP. But you know, then this week or this late last week, the news came out, or was this week? It was, I'm sorry, it was over the weekend, wasn't it? It was being reported,
I think
Tony?
so,
Yeah. So there's updates on a lot of stuff. Craig Duncan, head of Xbox Game Studios, steps down. Mark Gordon, Treyarch studio head, retires. Luis O'Connor, chief of staff, steps down. That all happens, and then we get announcements of possible studio closures, including Compulsion, Arkane,
Double Fine? Was
Double
Double Fine in there?
Fine, and what's the other one? There was one more. They're working on since
Ninja Theory.
Yeah.
Ninja Theory. Thank you. Yeah. So and Ninja Theory, all being reported of they're in negotiations for either branching off, which is a very hard thing to do, and buying themselves out essentially, or closing down entirely. So this report all came out in like the span of a week, right after they had their show. A lot of these games showed games at their show. Senua, Ninja Theory they were there.
No, they did. Did
Yeah.
anyone else of those?
The last show they had Compulsion Arkane. Didn't they tease Blade just recently again?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
no.
Arkane was working on Blade.
Yeah.
They didn't tease it recently though.
Yeah. They
Haven't seen anything about that in a long time.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not unlike them to be like, hey, here's a picture of us in the studio and all happy, and then let's get an award, and then we'll just close you.
yeah.
Not
That's
like
true.
they don't do that.
So
Oh, but the Ninja Theory thing is craziest because they showed a new thing they were working on for the first time, like days before announcing this.
and they have doubled back down just today, because there was a rumor that came out that they're already trying to backtrack on their exclusivity. They have doubled down that they're still keeping exclusive games for their Xbox console, like Gears of War and that other game that they're making.
Clockwork.
Yeah, Clockwork. So that is going to be an exclusive game. They're not walking that back. This is as of right now. They're not walking that back. But this right here, what's happening is showing me that, again, they are in financially bad shape, really bad shape. How
They've
do
always
you?
been in bad shape.
I know, but how do you go console exclusive and make less money and you know what I mean? Like, how do you can't do that.
You can't.
No.
Well, I mean, you spend like $100 trillion, like it's like on these companies, and what are you getting out of them?
There was a list. I wish I saved it on here. I'm sorry. There was like a list of the 20 companies they've acquired or something like that, and like 3/4 of them are now closed. If all of these close, it'll be like 3/4. Yeah.
That's everything. It's always what they've been doing since the dawn of their time.
Yeah. So they're basically going back to being a Halo, Forza, and Gears of War studio, like a company. That's it, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, sure, but that doesn't even really matter at this point. Because
no.
I mean, honestly, no offense, but like, who's looking forward to those games? Really? Like, Jim, I know you're looking forward to a Fable game.
I like
maybe even the Halo game.
Hey, hold on, that Fable game. I'm just tired of that game. I just want it to come out, and I hope it's good.
Did you watch that like 30-minute game?
No, I didn't. Show? No, okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, I am really tired of it not coming out. So but like, I am excited for Gears of War. I am. I'll give it credit there. But it's
okay. Sure, maybe that's the one. But like, are you excited for a new Halo game?
Not really at this time.
Like no. Like when was the last time a good Halo game was released?
3. It's like
Reach, right?
Maybe Reach was great. Reach was great. Yeah, that was a good game. Yeah.
But again, that was Bungie. You know, so we're looking at like 2 decades at this point, if not close to it. Right? 2000. Yeah, we're coming up on 2 decades here.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't even matter at this point. Even if all those games came out 10 out of 10, like they're not system sellers. No. Like nobody's gonna go out and be like, "Wow, I need to spend $800 to get an Xbox now."
Yeah.
Just so I can play this fucking Halo game. Like there's just too many games nowadays. Like you can't even play them all. And anything in any of those genres, there's already like a market leader for that genre.
Yeah.
Like Halo got left in the dust in the first-person shooter long ago by Call of Duty. Never mind if you're trying to adapt all the stuff with games of service like Battle Royale modes or extraction shooter or whatever. Because I know that because they fucking tried that last time around,
yes,
right?
They did. Yep.
If they want to do it, and then they scrapped it, but whatever. You know, this is again Microsoft flip-flopping. They want to chase market trends. They don't want to invent market trends anymore. But anyway, it doesn't matter because all this is, and I said this when we got the news of Phil being pushed out and Asha coming in. Asha's just there to sunset this service.
That was a quote, remember?
And this being spun off into its own company / subsidiary is just for them to sell out.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what it is.
Yes. It's to dump it on somebody else, the Xbox brand.
There's nothing more from this brand. Satai is done. I mean, and the thing that pisses me off, right, is that I knew this, right, when that first came around, but you had all these stupid Twitter and Reddit fanboys that are like, Asha, like, oh, she's making moves, she's doing great things. It's like, oh, we're lowering the price of Game Pass, but we're taking Call of Duty day one off of it. It's like, okay. By the way, it's not Xbox, it's Xbox, all capitals. Like, who the fuck gives a shit about that? And then, like, hey, we need exclusives again. Gears of War. Yep. Yeah. Gears of War, people, that's a system seller in 2026. People are going to go out and buy $800 systems for this fucking console.
The thing for me is, like,
that's not...
It doesn't work like that anymore, like you just said. Like, $800, you cannot buy a system for a game. And they don't have enough games to make you want to buy it. Like, there's not enough. Like, you could say Halo, Gears of War. Let's say they're all 10s, right? Those 2 games. Let's say they're perfect. It's still not enough to buy an $800 console.
No, nothing's you can still play it on PC. Lately.
Yeah,
nothing's been exclusive lately anyway.
And that's the problem. So it's like
they would need like a decade of exclusives.
Yes, you have to rebuild. Sense. You have to rebuild a value that you've destroyed over these. Yeah. And it's not even. We talked about this on our chat. It's not even a failure of one regime. This is like multiple different regimes with the same failures for years.
We're talking about mistakes that were made at the end of the 360 era.
Yeah.
Persisted throughout the entire Xbox One era and now the Xbox Series era. And the thing is, I'm sorry, like, Game Pass was a lost bet. Like, that shit fucked up Xbox.
Yes.
Because there's, I'm pretty sure I said this term, but there's no putting that genie back in the bottle, right?
Yes.
Because if you want to do exclusives, guess how you have to fund those exclusives? It has to sell millions of units, right?
Yep.
How many times have we talked about where Sony is even like, Spider-Man 2 sold 10 million units or whatever in like 4 months. Hey, Insomniac, you got to lay some people off, right? You lay some people off because it wasn't good enough.
Literally breaking records for sales.
You're literally breaking records.
You're taking...
I don't even know. I can't even name one Xbox game that sold 10 million units through the series generation, right? that we definitively know.
Forza maybe?
Starfield got there?
There's fucking no way Starfield sold 10 million.
I think it might have.
I wonder
0%
I wonder if
chance.
Forza did.
No.
I don't know, because it sold really, really well on PlayStation when it came out, but don't really
all right. So we'll give you Forza, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say one, Forza.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: there's no putting that genie back in the bottle.
No, there's not. Absolutely
now,
not.
if you were to say, "Hey guys, we can't put day one games anymore on Game Pass because it doesn't make mathematical sense," what do you think all these people are going to do? They're not going to be like, "Yeah, Asha, okay, I'm happy paying $70 a video game again." You've literally trained them over a decade to not pay full price for video games. You cannot just undo that.
Yeah, I mean, their idea of a pool to share the money is ruining their tentpole IPs. Like, you're ruining your profits from what you're spending $400 million on a game, because budgets are insane. You can't make that back making a shared pool of $23 a month from people. No, and it's a shared pool. It's not going directly to those games. You know what I mean?
Right. And the bet never paid off in the sense that if they could have released one big game a month, maybe that would have worked, even though we know for a fact that most people don't play that many games, even one a month, right?
Yes, yeah.
But they just train it. It's like, hey, whenever the next game that you do want to play, you just need to sign up for 1 month for $20 or even less if you use like $1 trial, 2-week trial, whatever, which is good enough for most people to be like, yeah, it was fun. I've had my fill. I don't need to beat it or anything like that. I'll just move on. Let my subscription go off.
That's what I mean.
So, then we knew this too. Every single time that a big game came out, speaking about Starfield, it's like, I think it was Starfield was like, hey, you can't do that $1 trial anymore. It's like, what? Like, why? You don't want to give your $70 AAA Starfield, Bethesda game that they've been working on for 6 years? You don't want to give it away for $1?
Yeah.
Why, man? Why? That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's just mismanaged across the board. But you can't even just... I'm not even going to point at Game Pass as the problem. We've talked about Microsoft's...
It's the exclusives for so long.
It's not the exclusives. It's their business practice. They have like a term limit on contracts for people to work for them. Do you remember this? Like, they don't...
No, I know, 100%.
This is bad leadership. Yeah, this is bad leadership.
I mean, that's one thing that actually could be a positive change, where if they become their own company and they're allowed to set their own rules,
it's true.
They wouldn't have to do that 18-month contract anymore. But I'm saying it doesn't even matter. We are too late. There's nothing. There's not one thing that can be done.
Yeah.
There's not exclusives. It's not a price drop. It's not Halo 7 being a 10 out of 10. Like, that game could come out and literally be a 98 on Metacritic, and it still would not move the needle enough to turn Xbox's fortune around.
No, because they've destroyed the brand over these last 2 decades or whatever it is. Yeah.
Right.
It's been insane.
Not to mention, here's the thing. They've ruined their market share everywhere else outside of America. If you want an Xbox, you can't buy it in Europe. They just don't have the infrastructure anymore. They closed down every single one of those fucking branches.
Yeah.
Over the past, the Xbox Series generation. So even if you want to turn around and be like, yeah, we want to sell more hardware, we want exclusives, we want games to sell that hardware, like, the UK is not going to fucking accept you with open arms anymore. Fucking Germany's not going to accept you with open arms. Japan, like, that's a joke. Are you fucking kidding me?
They never had a chance in Japan to begin with, but to bail on all of that, you have no shot.
They literally bailed on everything but America.
Yep.
Or the Americas, whatever you want to say.
North America, yeah.
So they never...
But,
Americas, but again, it's multiple problems. No one thing is going to save it, and there's just no saving it. Like, they would rather just cut their losses, and they're looking to sell that company or as much of it as they can now, with these studios.
Mike, you're a constant Game Pass subscriber, aren't you?
Shouldn't have been. I should have turned it off these last few months because I've been playing my PlayStation almost exclusively.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've. I mean, there's stuff on the horizon, but I shouldn't really have it going right now.
That's the thing. Like, there's nothing to keep you on there monthly, and like, let's say they're gonna
Discord Nitro gives it away for free, and it's not even enough to get me to be interested.
Yeah, that's true.
The last thing I really played on it was Cosmic Invasion, I think.
Okay.
The last Game Pass game.
But let's say Gears of War.
You could have just bought that game.
I could have.
For the price of Game Pass, right?
So would you be good with buying $80 Starfield 2?
Have to review very well.
See? But that's my point. Like you are a defender of Starfield, like, right? Like I would put you as the defender on this podcast of Starfield. Starfield 2 will not be on Game Pass. I'm just gonna say that. What's that?
I don't know what. I was
just
considering going back and playing it.
That's what I'm saying. I think you're a perfect example because you are that Game Pass subscriber that has paid for more than we have, and they have gotten you to the point where your value has lowered for what their games are because you've paid $25, $30 a month or whatever it's going to be to play their games as it is. You're not going to pay $80 for one. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yes and no. I'm not going to play $80 for almost anything though. That's prices annoys me.
Yeah, but that's $400 million budgets, man. This is where we're at. This is it. Like, you can't sell for $60 anymore and spend these giant. Then you have to shrink the games. Shrink the games to 15 hours each. Don't make them 100 hours. But even then, they're pricey budgets.
I was going to say, I think Wolverine is probably like 15 hours, and
Wolverine is probably going to be
$70. But yeah, no, I'll take 70. That was what we agreed upon at the beginning of this generation.
Sure,
80 is annoying to me. Like, no, thank you.
No, Microsoft. Their whole business model is not evolved.
No, it's fallen behind. Like Tony said, they had a premier first-person shooter that was unstoppable, and they've lost it to a company that they bought because they lost it, and then, you know what I mean? Like, and it's all their own. It's just, and it's not like the thing that I think that gets in my head more about this whole thing. Because I was an Xbox fan. You know that. The thing that gets in my head more about the situation is not just one failure. It's multiple regimes. Like, how do you screw this up this many years across different people? You figure somebody would have a good idea.
They're not a game company, Jim. They're not a game company.
Parade of horribles.
Somebody would have an idea. Somebody, you know?
No, I'm sure people had ideas. Like I'm not saying the entire organization, but the leadership, the management.
The leadership, yeah.
All they saw was money. That's all that cared. That's all they cared about was metrics. Like, I don't believe for a second that any of the executives, since maybe the OG Xbox, I'll give them some credit. I don't think they cared about creating games.
Yeah.
Right? Do you remember when we had the Activision acquisition trial, and all these emails got revealed? Do you remember that email where Phil was talking to somebody about, like, really trying to get Nintendo? If I could get Nintendo, that would be a career-defining moment for me.
Yeah.
And it just taking them a couple years to realize that the best future for Nintendo games is off their own platform. It's like that to me alone, right? Aside from the absurdity of that, which is also funny because that came out like right after Animal Crossing in COVID times, which
blew it up,
sold like 40 million units.
Yeah.
But that being an acquisition, being a career-defining moment, like, you would think if you were the CEO of an Xbox, I'd be like, man, I would love to create a game that was like undisputedly Game of the Year, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Game of the Year, Baldur's Gate, Clair Obscur, right? God of War, Breath of the Wild, whatever. No, that doesn't even fucking, you can't fathom that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if the leader of your organization doesn't even believe in that, how can anybody else underneath him?
That's true.
Take that.
Good point. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, yeah, but Mike, you're not getting anywhere with your games. You may think that, you may believe that, but you're not going anywhere with your games. Like, if you want to create a Game of the Year game and your leadership is like just more about profit, you're not getting it.
They don't make games. It's whatever.
Yeah. Well, Microsoft, Xbox doesn't make games. You're right. I mean, they just throw out what they can. So.
And that's what it was.
Buy studios that make games for them, and then they close them.
Yep.
It was just a decade of acquiring all these studios, thinking that was going to be like the panacea for them. It's like, oh yeah, like we'll just buy up Bethesda and we'll make Fallout next exclusive. We'll make Elder Scrolls next exclusive. It's like, okay, sure. And then eventually just swallowed his own tail because, his stomach, eyes are bigger than his stomach.
And now
let's buy Activision.
Yeah.
For $80 billion.
This is where I was like wondering, like, if they kept things console exclusive when they bought everything, and everything they bought had to be on an Xbox, and they didn't have the courage to do that. They hedged their bets, and then they
spent too much.
Dropped the idea.
You can't make that money back. You can't do it.
They can't do it regardless. It's an astronomical amount of money.
Absolutely.
But at least you have a brand and an identity and a reason for people to get an Xbox. If they kept it then if they didn't go into this, everything's an Xbox phase, things might be different now.
Like they tried with Starfield.
They tried it. The first half of the generation, they had exclusives.
I mean, Starfield wasn't on PlayStation.
Not after they bought everything.
What game do you think made the difference there?
With Call of Duty, you're saying if they took Call of Duty off of everything?
If it was only on an Xbox, Call of Duty was only on an Xbox.
No, you kill Call of Duty at that point.
Everything under the umbrella.
that would have killed Call of Duty faster than.
You can't kill it.
No, if you do that, absolutely, because there's so many other options. Like people are already not as invested in Call of Duty, so you're losing to everyone else now. And you're saying, all right, all the fans that we had, because most Call of Duty players were on PlayStation.
Yes.
You're gonna just you're just basically telling them now.
They just go to Battlefield. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
They will riot. They will not You're gonna tell us they're not gonna do it. They're gonna absolutely shun you.
That would have been their only chance. That was their only chance.
So that we're talking about Call of Duty. That was 2 years ago. So they still had the majority of the generation to make games that were going to be system sellers.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Yeah, that's the problem. No,
and they delays and the delays.
We've seen so many games that have been shown and canceled and never saw the light of day. We're frozen. Hang on. What is happening?
20, right? I think it was
6 years. I think
6 years.
And it doesn't help that Bethesda's moving so slow with everything they do. There's still nothing new with Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, that's Bethesda though.
Yeah, well.
Why would you don't buy them then if you think that's not a winning move? This company takes forever to release a video game. Well, let's buy them.
It wasn't always like that, but it's been like that.
Yeah.
And we've seen it before, where, like you said, they buy Rare and then they don't really do much with Rare.
No, that was a long time ago. Yeah,
sure, but they did it with
it just keeps happening. It just.
I mean, we saw a great concept of Perfect Dark, and it never saw the light of day. Got canceled.
It was a concept. I don't know if it was a great concept, but something was started.
But get something out.
It just keeps going. The company, they haven't learned, and we kept giving them leeway and kept loosening that rope constantly. And it's never. They never really turned it around.
It's done. We said at the beginning of this whole thing, it's being sunsetted. I think that was a quote from a former co-founder of Xbox said that when he first heard who was taking over.
Is that Ballmer or
no? I can't remember who it was, but it was his comment. It's being sunsetted.
Yeah. I know it was. I just trying to remember who it was.
And I remember the default reaction was, "Hey, whoa, hey, easy."
Blackley. It was Blackley.
It was Blackley. Yeah. So I mean, the thing is, I can't even imagine. Just all the shit they've been doing in the past week with interviews and stuff. Again, it's just flip-flopping back and forth. Oh, exclusives. Oh, not exclusives. Oh, exclusives. Oh, just these 4 games, right? The plan is the plan until it's not the plan anymore.
Yes. Yeah.
How does that instill any confidence in you? I don't want to be insulting, but I don't know the type of person who can listen, who would be engaged in all of this and be like, yeah, you know what? I would consider next generation Xbox as a system.
Yeah.
Why? Unless you're you just like
you're also
off,
the thing is you have to be more $500 was a lot of money for people. It still is these days. You're going to be in the 1500s next time. There's no doubt in my mind. No doubt. The Steam machine is going to be $1,200. I argued myself about what that price was going to be. Remember? But I know I've accepted reality.
I know.
I've accepted reality. And if that's $1,200, there is zero chance that Microsoft releases the console under $1,500. Under it.
Right. Well, did you even see how Asha was saying we might look into
subsidizing it, spreading it out? Yeah.
Models that haven't even been thought of before, and I'm like, but Xbox did do subsidized models before.
They did.
You could pay over time.
They did that remember they did the Xbox bundle where you could do a Game Pass thing? Yeah. They've done it, and it wasn't successful. So
it wasn't successful.
Yeah.
No.
But even then, you're spreading out $1,500 over 2 to 3 years. It's still a shit ton of money, as opposed to $500 over 2 years. With the Game Pass. So you're no matter what next generation, be that PS6, Xbox, it's going to be more selective already. These consoles are not going to sell the numbers that they used to sell anymore ever again. We'll never see those numbers again from like, the Switch, the PS4, I guess, has the PS2, PS4, all this. You're not going to reach those numbers anymore because of the price of these consoles coming up. It's not going to ever happen again. So it's the reality. They're going to sell less hardware. They're going to sell less hardware.
What was it? So PS5 is at 90 million right now, and estimates from most analysts peg Xbox at around 30 million.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, we went from 100-something million with 360 to like 60-ish million with Xbox One, have that to 30 million on Xbox Series. I don't know what they could do to make the next Xbox sell better than this one.
But also, like, I'm talking like PS5. I mean PS6. Do you think they're going to sell 90 million? They're going to sell like 50 to 60. If it's like $1,500,
$1,500 is. I don't think they can do that.
We'll see.
I don't think they can do that.
You can't. Then you know what? Stay in PS5 era for the next 5 years because RAM chip prices. You can't get them down.
I hope they do. Maybe they will.
So they can't because they're not selling. In fact, Sony just had the worst quarter, I believe it was reported, wasn't it? They had their worst quarter for sales. I think it was just reported.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I mean, the PS5 went up in like all the territories.
Yeah,
long time.
That's the thing. But the thing is, we're at the tail end of that generation where market saturation has pretty much happened already. Any holdouts at this point is solely due to price. Some analysts and Twitter and Reddit social media people are holding up this thing that GTA 6 will spur console sales. I'm not saying it's not going to sell some more systems, but it's not going to just cause PlayStation 5 to be able to go from 90 million, give it the gas to go to 120 million like the PS4 did.
Yeah.
That's not happening. Most people that are interested in GTA 6 probably already own a PS5 at this point. Like, it's not happening.
It's a pretty big casual market. It'll do something. I don't know about 30 million more, but it'll do something.
Okay.
Yeah, like a million? Like, cool.
No, I think it might get like 5 to 10 million out of that.
10 million
PlayStations?
10 million for no. I just don't.
Over the course of about a year? Yeah, maybe.
No. I don't even know if they're making that many because prices are insane. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that would be shocking. I would say like maybe a 2 million. I could see potentially, but more than that, that's gonna be rough. Like you said, Tony said before, most people that have a PlayStation already, that's gonna get.
Well, how many people have bought GTA 5 on PS5? I'm sure we could look that up. There's your number. They already have it.
Well, no, because originally that game came out on the previous generation.
No, but
consoles.
But we have sales numbers for PS5.
2 generations.
Yeah. But even the 2 generations of it, which I know is selling like crazy, but you're not going to move. It's not going to move. The pricing is just insane nowadays, and we need to get.
I mean, we've talked about for years how GTA 5 was always in the top 20 charts for NPD / Circana now. People were buying PS5s already with GTA. Like,
that's what I'm saying. There was already.
I just don't see that big of a thing. But regardless, we're getting away from the point where. 30 million units is where Xbox is at right now. And I just don't see another future where the next system can even match that, right?
No, because everything is going like that's my point. Like that was the point of bringing Sony in the conversation. Everybody's dropping in their sales. Everybody's dropping.
Everybody's dropping. Yeah. But so the next Xbox system, I would peg at 20 million units. Like that's your top.
That's probably accurate.
Especially because like there's no way you're releasing under $1,000. Like 1,500 is a little high, but like 1,000 is the minimum.
They're slowly becoming like a niche thing. They're slowly becoming like a niche thing. Like,
100%.
Yeah.
And the thing is, both this and the next PlayStation 6, they're already deep in R&D. Like they can't just delay it and be like, well, we'll just hold off on a bit. Like you have to start making the contracts, have to manufacture them, you have to do deals with the factories and the plants
and the developers to get games on it when it launches.
So like you can't just be like, well, shit's really bad. Let's just delay it 2 years. Okay, well, that's 2 years that now you're outdated hardware again.
Yes, you're going to launch and you're 2 years into your gen already. Yeah.
No, shit's fucked. But Xbox, like, I just don't see a future.
So would you just be like, all right, we'll just refresh the PS5 again, and it's like, hey, well, a
remaster,
PS5 Super Pro, Pro Turbo Edition.
Yes. We start becoming Capcom.
Esquire.
Yeah.
PS5 Esquire. It's got a law degree now.
Yeah. I think
No, because it won't like even the PS5 Pro, like we made a joke about it. Like it sold less than the PS4 Pro. I mean, it's a super niche product. Again, the graphics, the top end, the premium user is not the issue. The issue is how you get people who are like on the fence or are like uber casuals. And you just can't draw that with the prices of the PS5. Like prices were supposed to go down, right? We should have had a $300 PS5 at
that's
this
how
point
you got so many like
I know, I agree.
Right, yeah.
Right? Exactly. Because like you look at like the Spider-Man bundle. Remember the Spider-Man PS4 bundle that was like $200 that holiday season?
Yeah.
That sold millions and millions of fucking units.
Yeah.
Like that was out the wazoo. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, this is a deal!" You know, like holy shit, I'm getting a brand new system and a fucking $60 AAA game for $200. That's insane. And now it's like, oh, you want a PS5? You want a PS5 in fucking 2026? You should have got it 5 years ago, bro. When it's $500.
We might throw in a controller this time. We're not sure.
No, they're not throwing in shit. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm saying like a base controller.
Like
one controller. They may just give you just the console now for $800.
Yeah, you might get like a month trial of PS Essential or whatever. Yeah. Like that's it. You're not getting the shit anymore.
No. So I don't know. It's a mess, but and so we're going to see a lot of layoffs for the whole industry, but especially coming up right now in 2 weeks, we're going to have Microsoft's cuts. We'll have it officially. They're going to do it before July 1st.
Yeah, I think it was Schreier who went on statement said the Xbox of July is going to look vastly different from the Xbox in June right now.
June 30th is their cutoff, so it has to be done by then. They're giving studios now. I heard that like Ninja Theory had a heads up what was happening, so they've been negotiating for over a month.
Heads up? No.
They had an inkling.
There's no
not a heads up. They had an inkling.
We would have heard.
Yes.
Like there's no a studio doesn't close randomly. Nobody talks.
They apparently been negotiating their separation. Yeah. They've been apparently trying to shop themselves for like a month of trying to get them in funding to buy themselves out. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
No way. Bullshit.
All right.
Bullshit.
Hey, if
they're trying to shop themselves around for a month, that would have.
I don't think they're shopping themselves around there. I think they've been looking for funding.
Funding. That's what. Funding.
No. They're not shopping around.
Yeah.
Who?
I don't know. I have no idea.
No, that is bullshit. I don't know where you read the gym.
Let's start a website. Buy Ninja Theory.
That is bullshit.
Yes. All right.
0% chance. They're doing it right now.
I'm hoping they can. Yeah.
Just like Double Fine, but there's no way it was for a fucking month.
Okay. All right. Well, we will find out as we get into next week if any of these studios actually close down. They're in negotiations. We'll talk about it. That's going to wrap up this
part, though.
Yes.
No, hold on. The interesting part is there's a French journalist that is saying this is just the tip of the iceberg, and then it's more than just Xbox layoffs that we're going to be seeing in the next couple of months here. Like a huge bloodbath. So, rough times.
For the industry.
I think he cited...
It's across the industry?
Yeah, I think he cited like Ubisoft, BioWare.
Oh, wow.
All the Western studios. So,
well, I mean, like I said, you can't spend this much money on things and not have any product. And Ubisoft's been a mess as it is, yeah. So, all right. That's going to wrap up this episode, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, live Twitch, Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern. YouTube's got all the content, though, so be sure to subscribe over there. We will see you guys next week as this more unfolds. We are out.